2001 Honda Accord EX V6. We need to go ahead and get some parts for a CB7 5-lug conversion. And I need to go ahead and grab the front knuckle assembly on both passenger side and driver side. So let me go ahead and get my tools and start disassembling this piece so we can get that order out to Brent. Okay, steps in order to remove the front knuckle assembly. Starting at the top right here, we need to go ahead and remove this cotter pin, remove this bolt, and then we need to go ahead and separate this upper control arm from this knuckle assembly using the pit and arm puller. And then you got this speed sensor bolts right here, so you want to go ahead and take those two 10mm bolts out. And then right here on the steering control arm, you need to go ahead and take this bolt out right here, Pitman arm puller on the bottom in order to separate this. And I'm going to try and pull this with the whole brake assembly, so I'm not going to go ahead and remove the front rotor or caliper. And then you got the axle nut right here, so I believe it's a 32mm, so you want to go ahead and pop this thing off. And then moving down the bottom right here, you got a cotter pin, and you got this bolt. And once you remove that bolt, take your Pitman arm puller, pop this up, and it'll separate the spindle from the lower ball joint. Okay, let's go ahead and start disassembling. Okay, got the passenger side knuckle assembly, and we're just about on the home stretch. Let me show you what's going on. So this right here is a Pitman arm puller, and what this does, it forces the ball joint upwards, because when this nut is tightened right here, it is very tough in order to get this thing free right here, because basically there's like a bevel right here on top, and it's embedded right here on the knuckle. So this is the Pitman arm puller, and I've got this snug up right here. So this device is a lifesaver. I've had this for many years when I started doing suspension work. Anyways, I gotta go ahead and get a 19mm socket. I'm gonna get a breaker bar and turn this thing. I usually use my impact, but I don't have any clearance right here with the knuckle assembly. So let me go ahead and tighten this thing up with my breaker bar, and this basically should have a pop sound to it. All right, this upper control arm with the ball joint, this thing is now free. And then right here on the axle, go ahead and get your mini sledgehammer and give this a few taps right here. Sometimes this axle can seize up right here in the bearings. And I'm not sure if you can see right here, this is a little dark, but this is the lower ball joint. I already went ahead and popped this thing with the Pitman arm puller. So this thing is totally free. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the driver's side knuckle assembly from the Honda Accord. Okay, got both driver's side and passenger side knuckle assemblies from this 2001 Honda Accord EX V6. Why it has to be EX V6, I'm not sure, but that's just what CB7 needs, so better be safe than sorry. I think accurate TL and CL also works, but I'm just not 100% positive on that. But we know that the EX V6 from the 6th gen Honda Accord does definitely work for 5-lug conversion. Rest in peace, 2001 Honda Accord. Thank you for the knuckle assemblies.